Hello everyone, this is Steven from the Even Steven channel, and today we're taking a look at the Savage Rascal. Well, first of all, let me just say this is a very light and handy gun. This is probably, if I had to guess, the minimum length of a barrel, 16-inch barrel. Again, a very light plastic stock, very short length of pull. It says Rascal right there. So what we got here? Well, this is more or less a youth training rifle. It is a rifle intended for a younger individual to practice shooting with. So is it a good choice? Well, look at there. Let's go back to front. Like I already showed you, you got a very basic plastic butt pad. Although it does have that nice little Rascal logo imprinted on it. That's kind of nice. Very simple stock, although we have a little bit of pistol grip there and a little bit of texturing. Isn't that nice? A sling swivel stud. We have a trigger. Very much looks like that Savage Accu trigger, doesn't it? Yeah, pretty light and crisp trigger pull. Safety here. Oh, do I have to have that cocked? Okay. Safety here. Safety is on, and fire. That's something that's very unusual. That this kind of goes on with a nice click, but this kind of goes off with a little bit of a clud. That's interesting. The rear sight here. We'll go back there in a minute. It is drilled and tapped for a scope. All right. Kind of nice a narrowing of the handguard here. Another swivel stud, sling swivel stud there. I don't know if you can read this with the glare, but I'll just read it looking off camera, off the viewfinder. Warning, before using, read owner's manual, available from Savage Arms Inc., Westfield, Massachusetts, 01085 USA. Let's go look at the other side. And again, I don't know if you can read it with the glare. I'm just going to read it off. Savage Rascal, caliber 22. So this is actually important. So this is SL and LR. So this is short, long, and long rifle. Do you really need that? Because what that's implying is you can shoot short, longs, and long rifles, which are 3 different cartridges. However, 22 long rifle is probably the most common and the cheapest. So honestly, shooting shorts and longs really doesn't matter. This gun honestly has such little recoil that it really doesn't matter. Manufactured by Savage Arms. Hard to read. Is that Canada? Savage Arms, Lakefield, Ontario, Canada. Imported by Savage Arms Inc., Massachusetts, USA. This is actually not made in America. I didn't know that. And actually, a pretty big old front sight there. Barrel is not threaded on this particular version. Other versions might. So what we have is a youth training rifle. So how does it work? Well, it's very, very simple. You go up on the bolt, pull back on the handle, and you drop. Do I have any cartridges here? I do. And you drop a single cartridge in here. Close it. This is obviously a dummy round. Close it, aim, fire, open, eject, and that's it. I've had people look at this like, is that the magazine follower? No, this is spring loaded. Can I show this? This is spring loaded. However, it's really just like a shock. Got a little off kilter there. It kind of went out of place. It really just is like a shock absorber, for lack of a better term, for any cartridge you throw on there. So it's a single shot bolt action rifle. We have a fully adjustable rear sight. And I will show this as best I can. Actually, let me turn this over here. So you loosen this screw here for elevation, and it's a very coarse adjustment. You loosen it and go up and down, and you loosen this screw over here. Move it left and right for windage. It gives you a kind of centering. Get that on camera. a centering notch. So you're like, okay, so I'm a little bit off here, a little bit off there. That's center. I did have this just perfectly zeroed for 15 yards. And then I brought this to like a youth education class, and somehow they loosened this peep. And then it screwed it all up, so I got to re-zero this. However, at 15 yards, it's a tack driver for those little kids. And, you know, what you see, what you get. There's a scope mount, a very short length of pull for the kids, and yeah, the kids actually liked it. I think the kids liked it. Now, is this, this is first and foremost a youth training rifle. Can an adult use this? Yes, because I had to zero it. An adult can use this. Your face will be crammed up against this peep sight. However, you can get a sight picture, and you can use it. And there are people who like to use this as some kind of survival rifle. It is so light and so handy, I can understand that, but I don't know. Get something else. This is a kid's rifle. And you only get one shot at a time. So I would say that for what it's intended, it does work. And the big competition this gun has is something like the Keystone Cricket. I believe that's what it's called, the Keystone Cricket, and like the Henry, I think it's called the Henry Mini Mag. These types of rifles, these single shot bolt action rifles, they're intended for children. I like this one. Number one, the price is very good. You can get these for around $150, $160. So it's pretty good. In the store, under $200, so that's not bad for a gun. And the Keystone Cricket has this weird thing where it works pretty much the same as this, but after you run the bolt, you actually have to pull back on like a cocking handle and cock it. So even working the bolt does not automatically cock the action. There's a second thing where you have to pull back on the charging handle and charge the gun. I don't know. I don't care for that. So I went with the Savage Rascal. So the gun does work. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It does work. I just kind of have to question the need for a gun like this. Is that this? How is this the Savage logo? Sorry, I'm looking. What is this supposed to be? What angle is this supposed to be looked at? That's an S. I just have to question this as a just the concept, just the type of rifle in general. This youth training rifle. You know, what does this translate to? I would think something like a repeating bolt-action rifle, like a Marlin XT22, which is not in production right now. But, you know, that kind of rifle, just a magazine-fed or a repeating bolt-action rifle would probably be a better choice for a youth training rifle, just because, well, you know, that's what the rifle is going to be when they grow up. How many single-shot bolt-action rifles are you going to have when you become an adult? Just kind of my thinking of it. However, for what it's intended to be, it does work very well. Now, is there anything to add? No, I think that's it. Works fine. Again, I think it's very accurate at shorter ranges. Again, I had the sighted for 15 yards, and it's just a tack driver at that distance until the sight got knocked out of at kilter. Again, I just question the type of rifle in general, though for the type, it does seem to be one of the better options. And I wonder how much better it would be just to get a repeating 22 bolt action, like a Marlin XT 22 or whatever that Savage something it is. A Savage rifle, you know. I guess they'd be more expensive, but I wonder if that's a better way to go. Just thinking out loud as I hold this and as I talk about it. So this is Steven from the Even Steven channel. I think I don't have anything more to add to that. Please do all that like, sharing, and subscribing. And I will see you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.